YouTube, and welcome to Anime Royalty Radio, where gearheads and nerds come together to hang out. With me, as always, is Don Juan.
What's up?
Aaron Legend.
How's it going?
And I'm Mr. Spud. And on today's show, the mid-engine Corvette gets a convertible top. That's all I can say about that right now. Todd McFarlane weighs in on Sony versus Disney over the new Spider-Man deal. New season announced for 2 Netflix anime, and new Venomized Pops are out. So, as we always get started, Don Juan, it's your figure again, which I'm good with.
Thank you, Spud.
You're welcome.
And okay. Oh shoot.
You're again.
Still
I'm
not
sorry.
ready.
I still wasn't ready to pull up the specs. Anyway, so for today's demo of the figures that we
Risque.
a little bit. She's covered where it counts. And what do we say about coverage?
If I can't see it, it doesn't need to be censored.
I guess.
No, that when an individual wears, something like that of what's not showing, you can only look at what's showing, and it still looks bad.
Oh yeah, ladies, it doesn't matter how skimpy your bikini outfit is. I'm looking at the part with clothes on.
Yeah. Anyway.
And we just got demonetized.
Maybe just a little bit.
We
Anyway.
ain't even monetized yet. That's the problem.
they're just going, nah, not for y'all.
But anyway, so this particular figure was actually gifted to me by Mr. Spud himself.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
I got it at the Raleigh SuperCon, or now called Galaxy Con.
GalaxyCon.
Yeah, they changed the name because a lot of times it's not dealing with comics with the guests.
Oh, okay.
It reaches out to movies and anime and everything like that, so they called it the Galaxy Con.
It still sounds pretty cool.
Oh, it was awesome. I overpaid, but hey.
Yeah, but thank you anyway. I love it. Anyway, it is a Sword Art Online figure. It is Sugu or Sugua Kirigaya, Kirito's cousin, and they have more of a brother-sister relationship, as we know, even though I stopped watching the show for reasons.
Why'd you stop watching the show, Juan? Okay, that was a sore question. Moving on.
I was emotionally invested, and when it ended...
Goodbye, my lover. Bye, my friend.
Pretty much, I was really messed up. Anyway, the figure itself is 4.7 inches tall, and it is made by Band Presto, like a lot of this, figures,
Stuff we like.
Stuff that we like. They do a really good job. And as you can tell, she's
I see butt crack.
detailed butt crack.
It is
sir.
detailed butt crack, but that's
This
a
is
butt
Band
crack.
Presto, they pay attention to detail.
That's a butt crack on this side.
Actually, I really like the purple and white because purple is my favorite color. I like the flower. I like the and this is particularly from Sword Art. It's a Sword Art Online video game, which there have been many of recently, and it's from Memory Defrag. I've never played that one.
No, me neither.
Has it been released in the States yet?
That may be the next one that comes out because they just did Hollow Realization.
Yeah, no, they did. What was it? Hollow.
That's what it said.
No. They did Hollow Realization, and then it was the one where they're in Gun Gale.
Gun Gale, yes.
Fatal Bullet.
Fatal Bullet, yep.
Which I didn't like.
I thought it was pretty neat. I got to play the first one, Hollow Realization. Well, that's not the first one, but I got to play Hollow Realization on the PSP. It was okay, but Gun Gale was awesome. Ranged attacks.
Now, Lost Song, I really did like. It was more simplistic than Hollow Realization or Fatal Bullet, and it had a really good storyline, and it had great characters. Don't get me wrong, they all have great characters, but the one thing that I didn't like about Fatal Bullet was, and don't get me wrong, it's JRPG, and I love that, but it's just a huge jump from hand-to-hand or weapon combat in a JRPG to guns in a JRPG. Because you still have all the elements of a JRPG, only with guns. So you have to buy ammunition.
Right.
You have to level up, and the enemies are just bullet sponges. And I just couldn't get into the story as much, even though they did put it into where you can make your own character going in, which you can. But this is literally an original character that you design with its own story, and I thought that was really cool. and y'all are staring at me.
No, because the whole entire time you're talking, I've got that meme in my head where it shows like this Gandalf holding an AK-47. It says when you switch to one game to another one. It's like when you switch from Mass Effect to Dragon Age, and that's the only thing I've got in my head when you were talking about that because of the way you explained that.
Okay.
That's the only reason. Nothing bad about it. It's just the way you explained it. That's all I saw in my head.
We still haven't even moved on in the games yet.
I know. We're on games.
Yeah.
Well, it's
No, but
it's
part of the game. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Game, yeah.
I get it.
Anything else you want to say about it?
It's hot.
It is. Yes.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Would recommend.
When I saw it, I knew I had to get you that one just because of how she looked, where she's innocent looking, but not innocent looking. Her actions suggest otherwise.
You're making me out to be a monster here, Spud.
No, it's her, not you. It's her.
True, it's not like I don't want to say what's the right word?
PG.
She don't have hungry eyes.
It's not sultry. Yeah, it's not sultry or anything like that. It's innocent, but it's not like
It's suggestive.
it's suggestive
Oh,
without
yeah.
being gross.
Yeah, and it's on that borderline of PG-13. PG-13 to rated R. Okay, that works. Is that all you want to add?
Yes, let's move on.
Okay. All right. Now, did y'all see the new WWE toys?
I did.
No.
One of us did.
Two of us
Two of us
did.
did.
Basically, WWE has now released, or is going to be releasing, a Ghostbusters set, which includes Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Shawn Michaels as the Ghostbusters. And as the ghost they're going after is a transparent purple and with a green belt.
Yep.
Transparent. Yeah, belt. Championship belt. Undertaker. And I don't like WWE. I don't like wrestling, but it is a huge thing. And I do have to admit, that's kind of cool.
It was very cool.
That is really neat, not going to lie.
And when I was looking at the photos, because I did like wrestling, growing up.
I think every kid liked wrestling growing up.
But it just kind of left, But anyway, Shawn Michaels was one of my favorite wrestlers, and
the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, and he was in D-Generation X with Triple H, and if you look at the figure, not only do they have the Ghostbuster attire and the packs and everything, he is sporting his DX wristband. So I love the attention to detail.
My only problem with this is, I know they don't have Hamilton. Hamilton was basically the black guy in the Ghostbusters. He was the fifth member, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not big on Ghostbusters, but I feel like they should have put Booker T to represent him.
Yeah, but nobody likes Booker T.
I do.
Well, maybe right now
I'm
he's just
sorry.
not as popular as, say, The Rock.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But all in all, I do like how it's all classic figures or classic wrestlers, except for John Cena. No. I see you still.
No, you don't. Are you sure about that?
Yes, I see you.
I don't know what the decision was behind that either, because
He's the most popular figure right now. Or a popular
true.
person.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch it anymore, but you do see
yeah.
John Cena now in a lot of
Are you smarter than the fifth grader? He's the host
yeah,
of
that too. So maybe he's transitioning out.
I mean,
Little
he's been transitioning out since the Marine came out, like
Oh,
2005.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was back way when. Oh, Jesus.
He's in more comedy stuff now.
Yes, you're not wrong.
I think I lost respect for him as an actor when he starred in the Fred movie,
Oh yeah,
where he was Fred's dad.
but he was still wearing all the John Cena merch.
Yeah,
I lost
he was
John
respect
Cena
for him
as
as himself, but Fred's dad.
I lost respect for him when he played in the Amy Schmuller film Trainwreck.
Well, that was so hilarious.
No. I can't stand her. She's not funny.
No.
No, but John Cena was.
Well, yeah,
You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
yeah. When he's having sex with her. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
I gave you my B12.
Oh, stop! Just stop! Just stop!
Great performance.
That's not my kind of B12.
Oh,
12.
Oh yeah.
y'all are weird. Continuing on, I've already started to collect Venomized Pops, as y'all know, and they have now released set 2.
We should have brought some of those.
I should have brought
Oh, we
Thanos
didn't think
and
about that.
X-23 because I literally have them too.
Yes.
If y'all don't know what the set actually consists of, it's Thanos, X-23, Storm, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and Daredevil. Daredevil is the only one in a different color. He's red because he's got the red Daredevil outfit.
Right.
But I don't like that. It makes him look too much like Carnage.
Yeah, it does give it kind of a Carnage.
But let me tell you
aspect.
this. They're already, they've only been released for, I think, 2 weeks, if that. And Groot and Daredevil are becoming the 2 hardest ones to find.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And Groot actually looks really cool.
Are they the most popular? Or?
I'm assuming they are because they're becoming hard to find.
Mm.
But if I'm not mistaken, too, there's no exclusives. Usually with each set, like the first set, they had 4 exclusives.
Right.
You had Ghost Rider Venomized, Loki Venomized, Black Panther Venomized, and a different Carnage. Those were all the different Venomized pops that you could get. So, but again, they throw in the Carnage. Even in the first Venom set, there was 2 different Carnages, which makes sense to me, but doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
I don't like that. But they look amazing. I guess for next episode, I'll have to bring them in.
Oh, definitely.
And show them off because hoping by that time I'll have the rest of them. I'm going to get the rest of them. I have to.
Okay.
The Venom.
Understandable.
Venom Thanos looks amazing.
He really does.
And he's even got the Infinity Gauntlet.
I
That's the
know,
coolest
that's
thing
so
about it. And it's
cool.
black and white as well.
And I like the weight to it.
Oh,
too.
God, he's
You showed it
heavy.
to me?
Yeah, he's chunky. It's nice.
Thick.
Yes, he's thick.
I like him big.
I like him chunky.
Oh, boy.
Now we just need, what's his name? Ricardo in the background.
Yes.
Doing his little dance.
Ricky Ricardo Moto.
Yes.
Or Elmo.
Or Elmo. Just with that. That's the Soviet Union one, ain't it? Where they
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah,
meme?
they did the Soviet Union.
yeah, that's hilarious.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Memes.
Oh.
You don't meme, so.
I
don't.
don't meme.
Something wrong with you.
I live under a rock.
Meme?
Oh my. All right. Now that we're done with figures, and this is actually moving real fast.
It's moving really quick.
We're getting
I'm
better.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised. Now we're going to move on to anime. And the first thing that we're going to talk about in an anime, and I'm going to let Don cover this one because he knows more about it than I do, but the fire at the animation studio. Now, we know we're a little late to this topic, but we want to talk about this.
Yeah, it was there was a fire at an anime production studio.
Sorry,
in
can I interrupt you? It all started when Juan looked up anime titties.
Will you cut that out?
That's gonna be like a main thing now.
Really?
Yes. It all started way back when Juan
No,
found his
you
computer.
can't use way back when on me. We can use that for you. Knock on wood.
When he found keyboard plugged into a computer and typed
Nope,
in
stop.
anime titties. Coming to a theater near you.
I didn't find anime titties. They found me, okay?
Oh, sure. They typed in their thing.
I was chosen.
One.
One.
Oh!
Really? You went there? All right, moving on.
That's going to have to be censored.
To a serious
We're going to have to cut that part
I'll
out.
cut that out. That's fine.
You suck. Anyway. I'm glad I have a beard because my cheeks are probably red right now.
That'll be our first trailer for our channel.
No!
Yes.
Coming in a napkin.
Will you stop?
That's great.
Terrible.
Continue.
Anyway,
We messed him up now.
so yeah, Kyoto Anime Production Studio. There was an arson. I didn't read all of this, and I can't remember how long ago it was.
I want to say it was mid-June.
like a couple months.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
But yeah, the assailant lit the first floor on fire. There was a combustion. The windows were blown out, and there was a lot of carbon monoxide. I believe there was 33 reported dead. 35 reported dead, 33 injured. But there were around, I think, 75 people in the building. Now they did catch the guy. Police found him like 100 meters away from the building, and they got him. He was injured because
He got
fire.
hurt. Yeah, he got hurt setting
got
the
caught in
fire.
blast. Yeah.
I don't think I read anything about them.
Prosecuting him yet?
They're not prosecuting, but interrogating?
Questioning?
Questioning him, because he's still pretty messed up. So they're waiting for him to get better before they can take action on that. But it's still trash.
Oh, yes, I totally agree. And we looked into more to it. Apparently, he had sent works into this studio.
I think he sent work. He allegedly, reporters say that he was mad because allegedly they stole ideas from him. And when he actually walked into the building, and this was on the report that I read, I don't remember how to say it. He basically said "die" or screamed "die" in Japanese before he lit the fire.
And see, why take it to that extreme? If you know this studio has stolen ideas from you and everything like that, and you have the actual papers and everything, get a lawyer. You can sue them for copyright. Now, I know that's in our country. We can do that.
The idea of copyright hasn't spread to the East like it has been here. Not saying that Japan doesn't have copyright. It's just
right.
It's not probably as
intense
intense as ours is.
Yeah. It's
well,
not
you never
intense.
know. He could have been crazy. That could be one reason.
True.
And about that, you never know. They could have a better lawyer.
You're not wrong. I just feel like that's taking it to a way further extreme than it should have been.
I believe in this. This isn't anything official. This is just what someone online posted. They basically called it the what was it? The Notre Dame.
The Notre Dame of the anime world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of serious.
It is. I mean, that company, and I don't remember all the names, but they did come out with a good amount of anime series that we probably know.
Right.
And actually, I think I read somewhere, and on the last episode, we were talking about how I was getting into Violet Evergarden. I believe
they
that
did make Violet Evergarden. Wasn't that one of the ones that you said?
Not them, but its creator or one of its developers was actually in there when it happened, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's fine. He was safe. But still, that's crazy.
Yeah, could you imagine that?
Mm.
Can you imagine being a part of it? Yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah.
So we wish everybody a speedy recovery.
Yep.
You know they probably have recovered.
Yeah, still our hearts go out to you.
Yeah. And we did read that, was it My Hero had already started a GoFundMe? The creators of My Hero started a GoFundMe, and it's in day one after this happened.
After 24 hours, they grossed
$1 million.
$1 million already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And is that $1 million yen, or are we talking $1 million USD, or what?
No idea.
No idea.
Okay.
We didn't look up what it actually was. It just said
I
$1
don't know
million.
what the currency was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But still, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For just 24 hours?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, moving on after that, Netflix has announced, well, one of them's already out. But Netflix has also announced a season 3 to Castlevania. And the new anime that's out is Hero Equals Mask. Now, I know y'all two have not watched that yet.
No, but I've seen a few reviews.
Oh.
We watched the trailer.
Yeah, I showed Don Juan the trailer to both seasons. Now, I'm not going to lie, Netflix does not do the best trailers for that show. It's just a bunch of people looking, and it really begs you to go, what's going on?
Yeah.
But that's what got me into it, was I read the synopsis, which they posted on the thing, saw the trailer for it, and was like, ooh, it was just enough to pique my interest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's basically a murder mystery. Cops trying to figure out who murdered the DA, and it uncovers a bigger plot that has to deal with military connections, everything like that. Really good anime. I'm glad they finally came out with season 2. I didn't think they were going to.
Right.
They actually kind of ended season 1 off in a good... It was a cliffhanger, but it wasn't like a huge cliffhanger.
I was going to ask you to compare it to The Boys, because I didn't know if it would be like that, or...
It was a tasteful cliffhanger where it wasn't like horrible, like, oh my God, how are you going to leave me hanging like this?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like an ending to the series like Grimgar was, where it's like...
Grimgar.
Where it's like...
That even wasn't an ending.
Yeah,
they
I mean...
didn't even explain what happened in the first season.
Yeah, it was like, okay, y'all explained so much to like episode 10, and then you just said, oh, we're just going to rush this. basically. And then don't give us nothing after that. We don't know what's going on with everybody. Y'all are just okay with living in this world that you don't know nothing about.
Exactly.
But it was a good, tasteful ending. And I'm actually really happy they have season 2. It's that newer kind of anime style. Well, some of it is CG, some of it's drawn, but it looks really good. He saw it.
It was very tasteful. I really did like it.
Yeah, it looked really good.
I was going to say I saw a few of the trailers. Like the heroes were CG in some scenes, they weren't in others. So
I think they use it a lot for like the fighting scenes and stuff like that to help with motion.
fast agility, yeah.
Yeah, to help with that. And that takes a lot of load off of the animators.
Right.
The other one, which I know me and Don are excited for, is season 3 of Castlevania.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Now, they've kept this in the dark a lot. We know it's supposed to be released sometime.
Unintended.
We do know it's supposed to be released sometime by the end of this year, right?
Yeah.
But there's no trailer yet. What are they waiting on?
Netflix to get better trailer advisors, I guess.
Yeah, I give them.
Or we
Give
didn't
him hell
find a
for it.
trailer at least.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we couldn't find one. And
It was just announced.
yeah, it's just announced. The only thing I can think of is if y'all have watched the end of season 2, which I know you haven't.
No, I got through a few episodes from season 1.
That's it.
Oh, so you went halfway through the series because
Pretty much.
season 1's only 4 episodes long.
Well, yeah, I was watching it with our live studio audience, and I thought maybe I'd get into
Our
it,
intern.
but I didn't.
Which, by the way, we have.
An intern.
He's on his phone right now. But
Say
he's
hello,
enjoying his
intern.
Time here.
He said it.
Good job.
They left season 2 off in a bad cliffhanger.
I did not like the ending. I didn't.
I think now I'm not going to say spoilers because y'all have it's been out for what, over a year?
Right.
Season 2 has, so y'all have seen it. If not, get over it.
If you're looking for people to write you a trailer, though, Netflix, hire the people that did the EA. Hire EA. They did an awesome Need for Speed Heat trailer. That was awesome.
We'll get to
That
that.
was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. But I feel like Dracula, who's supposed to be the main enemy of Castlevania, main antagonist, died way too quick. Not only too easily. Now, granted, that boss fight or that fight at the end with him and his son was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And spoilers.
I
Well, we already
said
said that.
spoilers. I said it's been out for over a year.
It was epic.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
But the way it ended was just like, oh, so we're just going to accept that the two guys who can make the demons are, one's going off by himself to be a leader of a faction. The other one's basically a slave to another vampire girl.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, thanks, Netflix. We don't know what's going on now.
And then it ends on Alucard sitting on his father's throne and bawling his eyes out.
Which, I mean, understandable.
Understandably, yes, but at the same time, I'm like,
You wanted
Come
this
on,
to
dude.
happen? You literally set forth the motions to have this happen. Not really set forth the motions, but you were okay with, Trevor Beaumont? Was it? It's Trevor, right?
Belmont.
Trevor Belmont.
Yeah. You're okay with him coming in there and wrecking your dad's stuff, and you're going to help him, but now you're going to cry your eyes out? You're having a crisis. You're having a crisis.
He has no family, no direct family left because of this.
Well,
as well.
you're right. But even he says when they find him that he has a problem with what his father's doing.
True.
And he wants his dad to remember who his mother was and what his mother would have wanted.
Now that aside, for any of you that have played the games, or at least the last two, well, I don't know if they're the last two games, but the Castlevania Lords of Shadows games, there's two of them. I believe I read somewhere that some of the voice actors from the games will actually be featured in Season 3. Now, that is very interesting, and I'm very excited.
What I want to question is Dracula going to be finished? Or is Alucard going to take the spot of Dracula? Technically, Alucard spelled backwards is Dracula,
And he has his son.
and he is his son,
Now,
but he is a half-breed.
True. Now, the series doesn't follow the games.
No, very little does it follow the games.
Yeah, I mean, technically in the games, or at least in Lords of Shadows, Trevor Belmont was Alucard, or became Alucard.
That's pretty standard, though, for Netflix. They're known for making good adaptations, but
They don't
not-
follow nothing.
They can take
Yeah.
liberties.
Yeah.
Well, in the
with it.
game, too, with Castlevania, I think you can take a little bit more extra
Mm.
liberties. but you're still going to get a little bit of hate from fanboys.
Oh yeah, especially diehards.
Yeah, which I'm not happy about the way that the series went, but it didn't bother me because they kept it close to the source material. Basically, the whole Dracula's bad. Belmont was kind of a drunk who didn't want to live up to his family name and then become something more.
True.
That works for me.
And I don't know if you were surprised that I actually liked the series because there is gore and violence.
Oh yeah, I'm actually really surprised how happy you are about season 3. As much as you don't like gore,
Well, there wasn't a ton of it either.
no, it was actually very tasteful, but it was a little bit more on the gory side than what I thought you would like. No, a tad.
A tad, but it didn't set me off either.
No, that's true. Tried to get him to watch the first movie of Berserk today, and he was already like, "No, I don't
wasn't.
like
No,
this."
I was like, "Wait, what is?" I'm like, "Huh, okay."
I don't
I'm not
like
gonna
this.
like some of the CG did look bad, but
Yeah,
but I was
even our live studio audience disagrees with you.
I was about to say that it piqued my interest.
The audience has spoken.
The audience
Do you
is
want me to
big.
just say by default, no, I didn't like it because I said I didn't like it?
I mean,
And I didn't say I didn't like the first 3 movies. I just said I didn't like what the new
series is done. Yes,
yeah.
I know.
And I said I'd give him a chance.
Okay, I just have to give you a little bit of hell.
I know. We're gonna call you old later. It's okay.
I know.
Anyway,
You already did.
but aside from Castlevania, season 3, I'm sorry. Did you want to cover? What were we going to talk about next about this in particular?
What?
Witcher.
That's kind of video games? That's not anime?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been up for a while. I can't even reach my drink.
Listen. I don't want to hear it. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. Don't want to hear it. All right, continuing on. Since we're going to move off of that subject, since he already went that way with something else,
Sorry.
we are going to move on into comics. Now, comics is where we're going to get some sauce, some juiciness.
Yeah, he did it this time.
Yes. And with one being Sony versus Disney. Now, we know this subject's been talked about a lot. We already know that it's already been moved on, where Sony has pretty much said no to Disney. And I think they're done now. They're done even trying to make a deal.
Yep.
Right now, Spider-Man's out of the MCU.
Sony has said, I'm a grown man.
No. But somebody else has weighed in. Now, if you remember when this originally got started, didn't mean to hit that. I hit my pop by accident. When it first all got started, Stanley's daughter piped up and sided with Sony.
Right.
Now, another big name in comics has actually stepped up, and that's Todd McFarlane.
They're stacking the team.
They are. And and it's kind of great to hear from him because not only did he help create one of the best villains for Spider-Man with Venom, he also did a lot of the Amazing Spider-Man work from like issue 299 up to, I want to say 350, I think. I could be wrong. I could be horribly wrong.
I've got a few issues from around that time.
I mean, I've got his
It's pretty
Amazing
close.
Spider-Man when he redid the Amazing Spider-Man with the black suit, that drawing. I've got that one where it's the first appearance of, not first appearance, but like second appearance of Morbius.
I've got a few issues from the early 300s. That looks like his style.
Oh man, I love his style. It's so detailed.
Mhm.
Now, that's not the only thing he's worked on. He's worked on Hulk, Wolverine. He's worked on other stuff,
Right.
but he's known for Spider-Man because of this man right here.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, he has weighed in, and he actually agrees with Sony.
Of course.
Because he even said in the thing that I read, he wants to have a Venom Spider-Man crossover.
Exactly. And I would be totally down for Tom Holland to do it.
Technically, with him being out, I would too.
Hashtag the Toms.
Yeah, Tom Hardy and yeah, English boys going at it.
That's right.
I like that. The only thing that would make me go no, and I wish it would be Tobey Maguire, is because I love the original 3 Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Well, now that Sony's
Except
back in,
for Spider-Man 3. How dare you put Topher Grace as Eddie Brock?
We don't speak about that.
Well, now that Sony's in charge, I'm hoping that they'll be open to the Spider-Man multiverse live action thing.
And me and Don were talking about this when we were actually looking this up and talking about the point was Sony owns I want to say anywhere between 50 to 70% of the Marvel Spider-Man villain.
Mm-hmm.
So with them getting Mysterio, Marvel Cinematic,
Right.
who else would they have had? You're kind of clutching at straws there,
Yeah.
unless it's somebody new, which they could do.
Mysterio has been a pretty standard villain for Spider-Man, but at the same time, when it comes to the newer stuff since the early 2000s, he hasn't been as big.
No, and he's more of a 90s, 80s villain for him.
Exactly.
But, okay, they have Vulture because he was in Homecoming.
Right.
Mysterio. That's the two that we know of that Disney has rights to. That doesn't include Morbius. That does not include any of the goblins.
Right.
That does not include Venom. That does not
Chameleon.
include Carnage. Does not include Doc Ock,
Rhino.
Chameleon,
Chameleon.
Shocker.
No, wait a minute. Did they not have Shocker in the last one?
No. Oh.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so they do have Shocker. Okay.
Now, to be fair, one of the henchmen's names in the background of what's the new one with Mysterio?
Far From Home.
Far From Home. He shares the same alias as Chameleon, so there's a chance that he could be Chameleon in a future movie, is what they were hoping. But I don't think Disney has access to the rights.
To the rights,
Wait,
yes.
Did they have Shocker?
Yes, they had a Shocker.
They had a Shocker in Far From Home.
He
Oh,
wasn't
never mind.
the Shocker, but they had a
Shocker.
Shocker.
But you're still missing a lot of enemies for Spider-Man. Sony still has the rights for them. Would it not be better to send Spider-Man back to Sony?
Oh yeah, it'd be well worth it.
I mean, because you'd actually get legitimately better movies, in my opinion. That's
Mhm.
now, granted, I don't watch any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's owned by Disney, except for Guardians, because I think they're trash. But
You don't think Guardians trash? Everything else you think? Is
yes,
trash.
everything
Okay.
else I think. I love Guardians because they're not afraid to poke at themselves. But I feel like this is the way to actually make a good Marvel movie is to put Sony in charge. Look what they did with the game.
I think, to be honest, Disney needs to realize that when it comes to Marvel, they've had a lot of liberties, but when it comes to Spider-Man, they need to just hand the reins over to Sony.
Yes.
If they want to make money off a Spider-Man movie, if you have the rights to a character, lease it out to Sony. If you want to put Mysterio in a Sony movie, that's fine. Just lease it out to Sony.
Now, as from what I read in the original deal that got Spider-Man into the MCU,
Right.
was he still has, I think, 3 more movies through Disney.
Mm-hmm.
That's not including the 2 that were already been done.
Okay.
So there's still supposed to be 3 more unless that's changed, and that could change. I gotta sneeze.
It wouldn't surprise me if Disney cut it short really quick.
After being told no to be the spoiled brat, yes. Yes,
You
I'm
think-
calling him a spoiled
You
brat.
think they'll squeeze every last bit of Spider-Man they can get out of
Yes.
the franchise?
Yes. You know why? Because they're going to say, we're doing this for the fanboys. They're going to try and keep the comic book people happy who have not paid attention to this story.
No, if they're really spoiled brats, they'll do exactly what I expect them to do. And if they
You think they will try and buy Sony?
No.
I was about to say, they don't
No.
have the money.
if they realize that they can't have Spider-Man, they'll trash the name.
That's a
Ooh.
possibility.
They will trash the Spider-Man name.
Oh.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The LGBTQ Spider-Man through the roof.
Wait, what?
Social justice warrior, the brand.
Oh,
as much as they
no.
can.
Oh.
And then when Sony takes over, everybody's going to hate Spider-Man.
Oh, no, they better not. Well,
Well, couldn't they?
Marvel
couldn't Sony just
will
reboot it?
have to step in at that point because,
Are
well,
you sure?
they have to. Spider-Man's their poster boy. Spider-Man's their poster boy. That's what made Stan Lee famous.
But that'll be a big fight between the powerhouse of Disney
Ooh.
Oh,
and
now I'm gonna sneeze.
the underdog Marvel.
Marvel's got more of a backing.
Now,
Fan-wise.
don't get me wrong, there will be riots in the
Bless you.
streets, but Disney will not
Thanks.
care as long as they
No,
can trash that name,
no.
and they know they can get a corner on all Marvel stuff, including when Sony can't pull off a Spider-Man movie and then try to buy it from them.
And Sony won't do it because you know what's going to be backing Sony that whole entire time? The Spider-Man game. The
Oh,
Spider-Man
definitely.
game has been one of the top-selling games for a while now. It did
Mhm.
really well. They're going to use that. And there's another movie that they made, Sony made, that did also very well. Won an Academy Award. Yes, won an Academy Award over a Disney flick. Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, this is true.
Mm.
That was really well done.
So Sony's got credit to their name when it comes to making a Spider-Man flick.
Mm.
Now, granted, Venom did not follow any of the things, but it was great. I enjoyed it. They have a Morbius movie coming out That's coming out
That's going to be awesome.
2020, 2021. What did you tell me?
Oh, I cannot remember.
I think it was 2020.
Who owns the right to Blade?
MCU.
Now you see that would be an awesome crossover, Morbius and Blade.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the two
And then
living
later
vampires.
to team up with Spider-Man in a 3-way Marvel movie, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I agree, 110%. And you could go so many places with this.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, there is a short comic book run where it has Venom, Morbius, Green Goblin.
Ooh,
You could do it.
that would be awesome.
Exactly. With Venom and having now Sony backing him and doing much more, there's so many small little comic book runs Venom can get behind.
The Venom version of The Thing.
Yeah.
That would be an awesome movie.
And now with the Venom verse, you can go anywhere. Moving on from that, also Joker, the new Joker movie with, say his name.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I cannot say that name to save my life. Is going to be rated R, as y'all know. Not tied to the DC comics, which kind of bothers me, but hey, I'm not going to give it too much, on that. But is projected to be the highest grossing open weekend rated R movie ever.
Hubba, hubba,
Hubba.
Money,
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 money.
money.
Gotham, who do you trust?
Are y'all gonna do this on every show?
If it has the Joker, yes.
Yep.
Love that Joker. It's iconic.
I know.
And we're talking about the
know.
Joker.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale
Moonlight.
moonlight?
Anyway, now what's y'all's opinion on the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
I like it.
I like the idea. I don't like the costume.
His costume is a little bit too
Clowny?
clowny.
And I think that's part of the story.
It is because he's fine-tuning his outfit.
But it's also incredibly eerie. It
But
might be
that's
like
what
the
I like.
creepiest
I'm not
Joker
only
we've seen.
expecting character progression, but I'm expecting costume progression as well. I want to see him get ripped and his
I don't
clothes
think
get
you will by
tattered
the
and
end of
dirty.
the movie. I don't feel like they're going to go that far. But if
Now,
this
hold
does
on, hold
well,
on.
you can expect a number 2.
This is true.
And I bet you he'll get more dark.
Okay.
Now, hold on. There's been multiple trailers that have been released, and you can kind of see it when he starts to put on the makeup and I think there was a wig and clown nose versus what you see at the very end
Where he's
when
just
it's
got the
his
makeup.
hair and just the makeup running. So I think you will see that.
I'm hoping for a Jack Nicholson leading into a golden age, like him just getting completely different. Just a big swap up.
I don't know, but he's got one of the most maniacal laughs I've heard so far.
No, I'm digging it because it kind of shows a little bit of that the Killing Joke vibe from the failed
Yes.
actor, perspective of the Joker.
When you say laughter, are you talking like Mark Hamill good or?
If I was going to rank his laugh just from this snippet I've heard, I would have to tie it in a way with Heath Ledger's. Very maniacal and crazy sounding. His hits a higher pitch.
Okay.
A higher pitch. I'll show it to you after the show because I don't want to try to look at it right
that
now.
was the beautiful part of Mark Hamill's. He could start really low and then work
His
his
way up or start really high and come down.
Mm-hmm.
He could do both. Now, I mean, when it goes to laughs, Mark Hamill's got one of the best Jokers.
Oh, yeah.
of
Oh yeah,
all
hands
time.
down.
Definitely.
But this one, I think, is going to take everybody by surprise because where Jared Leto had that stupid
The sarcastic laugh.
yeah, that horrible thing. You have Joaquin Phoenix coming in with this more, and it sounds eerie. You feel the man laughing at something that he should not be laughing at.
Laughing out of instinct, not laughter.
Right, like
Like-
laughing out of I'm going crazy.
Like a broken man.
Yes,
laughing.
exactly.
Okay.
And that makes it work more, especially if you've seen him in the trailer. He lost a lot of weight.
I
He
saw
looks
the,
skinny.
I saw the
and I
10
like it.
second trailer. I haven't seen the new updated
Oh,
full-length
watch
trailer.
it. It's good.
Okay.
I'm super excited for this.
Oh yeah.
And it comes out in October. That's my birthday month. So I'm raring for
We
that.
all gonna go?
I'm down.
Yeah, why not?
The only thing my only problem with this is not going to be backed by DC.
It's gonna be a
Right.
standalone.
It's a standalone. And I like that, but I don't like that. I like it because they automatically came out and said, to the fanboys like myself, said, this is not tied in with comics. This is all them doing it themselves.
Well, then
Which
they've
makes
kind
me feel good because I don't want to sit there. I don't look at the damn movie and go, well, he never did this. This never happened. Well, I don't fanboy out on it and get mad at it.
Right. You
but
don't
then-
reference it to anything. You've
Right.
Seen
I
in the
already
past.
know this has nothing to do with anything.
Right, but then they write themselves into the Venom corner. Like, that movie was great, but it's not going to tie anything new later on.
Venom
It's going to be
can
a
now.
one shot.
It can now.
I mean, it can.
The second movie can totally show an origin with Spider-Man coming in to help him fight Carnage and what's the game? Maximum Carnage series.
Maximum Carnage.
You can totally do that now.
But think about it from the Joker's perspective. What if they did a second movie and it's not backed by DC? What is it going to be about? He's just crazy going around doing crazy schemes, or who's going to stop him?
Gordon trying to stop him. It
They
could
can't
show.
use that name. It's owned by DC.
Yeah, but hang on. So is Joker. They're not saying they don't own the. They're not saying that they have given up rights to whoever to make this.
Okay.
They're just saying that this has no tie-ins to any of the comics. Everything he does in this does not tie into anything he's done in the comics.
So we'd be looking at more of a Gotham situation where
exactly
it's no big names. It's just a few small names here and there.
that you know from the comics. So
Right.
Gordon's gonna. I guarantee Gordon's gonna be it.
Gordon, Bullock,
There's gonna be people in there that are big in Batman's universe.
Montoya. Montoya would be a good one.
See, so that's what I'm saying. They're gonna have that in there.
And the timeline's going to be weird too, like it was in Gotham.
Right,
'Cause I think
right.
I-
But
think
if
I
I'm
saw
not mistaken,
somewhere-
if you look at the cars and you look at everything, this has to take place in the 70s.
I actually haven't seen the full trailer.
Okay, that's right. You haven't. Car-wise, it looks like it's been done in the 70s.
Well, not only that, but they say that Thomas Wayne is still alive at this
If
point.
that's the case, this takes place pre-Batman.
Mm.
Pre-Batman, unless Thomas Wayne is Batman, which he was in Flashpoint. You don't know what we're talking about. do
I
you?
do. I
Okay,
did
okay,
watch the
oh,
Flashpoint
okay.
Paradox.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we have a way in. If DC decides
See,
to back
there's-
this, they can just call that the Flashpoint universe.
You know what's so great about that, though? That's the good thing about DC's writing
Mhm.
over Marvel. DC, with its 52 worlds, has ways to push its way in and say, yeah, this is just Universe 51
hmm
or Universe 7. Whatever. They can do it. Or they can say it's part of the Flashpoint.
Or they
But
could,
no, they can't. No, they can't. Because in Flashpoint, Martha Wayne is Joker.
Exactly.
Well, they
Okay,
could
so
also,
they can't do the Flashpoint, but they've got other options. That's where I was getting at.
Well, I was going to say they could also use this as the inspiration for for a real Joker. You know, like
What do you mean a real Joker?
well, do you remember when we watched Gotham?
Yeah, the crazy kid who
Cut off his
wasn't-
own face? Like
Yes.
the new 52 one?
Right. They never called him Joker, but they
He had another name.
right.
I
But
can't
they
remember.
were saying that he
Jerome.
was supposed, Jerome, yeah, he was supposed to inspire the Joker later on in life when Bruce Wayne becomes Batman.
We even saw, and I
Okay.
don't remember if you guys remember that there was like a tall, skinny, redheaded guy that was at a stand-up show and he was doing poorly, and we were like, is that supposed to be the Joker pre,
But
insanity?
that don't make no sense
Well,
because Jerome
it
does
makes
something
sense.
literally Joker does in the new 52s.
It makes sense if you
Well,
watch
Jerome
the
also
show.
had a twin in Gotham, and that was like, what?
If
So
you-
that makes no sense.
If you watch the show, he actually like goes on live TV, tries to commit some crazy act, and he does inspire a lot of people. He gets a cult following.
Yep.
Well, so does the Joker, his
Well,
henchman.
that's the thing. It could be just a reoccurring thing.
Okay.
A new Joker is
Okay.
born every generation. or
Well,
something
and like I
that.
said, with DC, they can fit the Gotham TV show into one of their many
Right.
universes.
Mm.
That's why it works.
Mm.
It works so good. Moving on from this, because
Right.
we need to. The newest thing is, as y'all have heard in the last month, Marvel has came out with their first gay superhero. That's Hulkling and Wiccan in the Young Avengers, the Child Crisis. I think I said that right. I'll bring it up.
Child Crusade.
Yes, thank you, Crop.
Children Crusade or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll look it up just to make sure I'm fine. But that has caused controversy. In the book, it shows Hulkling and him embracing each other and doing a kiss. It's an intimate kiss.
Hmm.
It's not
It's pretty
distasteful.
PG.
It's
considering.
it's not. That is more scandalous than that kiss,
Yep.
in my
Mhm.
opinion. And a Brazilian mayor is outraged. He wants full content crackdown on this, and I think he's pushing the line.
Yep.
There's so many people that have pushed for a gay or LBT. What's the full thing? I'm sorry, I don't know it.
LGBTQ.
Thank you. character or superhero. Marvel gives it to them, and the Brazilian mayor fires off on it.
And I believe he was actually pushing because I think wherever they were selling these.
I've got
these
the article
copies.
right here, so I can bring it up. I can read it if you want me to.
Well, I'm just talking about that one specific point where he was trying to push to even get police officials to basically go in there and either censor it or just straight up confiscate all these illicit copies.
And that's wrong. That's wrong.
I mean, in Brazil, they have the right to restrict anything that comes.
That's
into
right,
the
because
country.
they're not America.
But if they start attacking
No offense.
Marvel or whoever as it is as a publisher, then that's totally different.
And still though, it's just not right. There's no
No.
reason to censor that, because one, if you look at every comic book now they come with an ESRB rating on it.
Mm.
This is rated teen. This is rated, and it gives you a reason, just like it does for video games. Mild this, mild that, strong this, strong that. So he needs, in my opinion, to back off. This is for the parent to sit there and say, this is acceptable for my child, not him. He has no right.
Could be a personal thing. We don't know.
I know, but that's wrong. That even makes it worse
That's
on
true.
his part.
Yeah.
What is it, Letterkenny? Degenerates.
Degenerates.
Beat up the
Because
degenerates.
that's abuse of power.
Yeah, it is. There's no reason to censor that.
But I think he has to get, I don't know if it's permission from some
Hang
council. What was it?
On September 6th, a Brazilian judge decreed that the order of sweeping and censoring the book containing a LGBTQIA plus content at the, I'm not going to try and say that city name because I will mess it up. Brazilian's most, enacted that Rio de Janeiro's mayor, whatever.
You need help?
Yes, I can
You want me to
read.
read
I'm
it?
just not big with names. You can. It's literally the first part.
This is really awkward.
Well, it's Venom. He's in there.
No, I meant the mic stand and everything. All right.
I'm sorry. I can read. I'm just not that great of a reader.
All right, just start at the top right here.
Go for it. If you want to start back over, start back over.
All right, I'm fine. I'll just start where you started. Anyway, the mayor's agents left the, I want to say Benyal, empty-handed on Thursday as Avengers: The Children's Crusade. Okay, so I was right, Children's Crusade.
I knew it was something.
Which was being explicitly targeted, had sold out minutes after the news of sweeping reached the exhibitors.
I'm trying not to put that.
I think this is his name, and I think it's pronounced Creveia.
Thank you.
Creveia doubled down, extending his order of identifying, covering, marking, and, if needed, requisitioning any volume that contained LGBTQIA plus.
I don't know what all those means. I'm sorry.
Me too. But yeah, that. Characters or situations. The police agents came back on Friday to carry out his orders, so I guess he did get approval to do that.
And that's wrong.
That's insane.
That's insane. I agree. That's wrong. That's totally insane. And it's totally, and I'll show it to y'all. Y'all can't see it on camera, but this is the content he wanted out.
That's pretty wholesome. I mean, I don't.
That's
That's pretty PG considering.
Just go ahead and screenshot it. I'll add it into the
Okay.
video.
Editing.
I'll find a bigger picture of it. Just remember.
No, just screenshot it.
Oh, screenshot this part.
Yeah, right there.
Backstage.
We will do something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I understand policing in the home, whether you want stuff shown to your kids in your own personal home, but when you take it,
Yeah,
out
that's
to
the
the
parent's
real
Publicly,
decision.
yes.
If
That's
you
a
take
parent's
that out
decision.
to the real world and start policing everybody's view, that's going too far. And we ran into problems with that with the FCC earlier on in the 2000s. It was getting obnoxious to the point where they were like, "No, you can't show this. Here's a book of what you can't show."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's like that.
That's too much.
It's like that old episode of, what was it? Family Guy.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. Family Guy was being so
yeah.
attacked by the FCC that they just made a
Made
song
an
about
yeah,
it.
they made an episode about it. It was
Yeah.
hilarious. Good times.
It literally makes me upset because comic books for me was a way to branch out and learn about new stuff in a tasteful manner.
Right.
Not me looking up porn. It's not. This is them too, if you read the actual book in that scene right there, they're legitimately in a hard spot and they're just embracing each other. It's wholesome as Don said. So why censor it? It makes no sense. Just because it hurts your feelings and you don't want to see it, get over it. Sorry, I'm becoming triggered. I don't like that.
Let's move on.
I don't like that
Yeah.
at all. Yeah, we will move on. Now we're moving on into games. And in games, it seems like now there's a lot of remastering going on. You got Final Fantasy VIII that just came out, remastered. You got Final Fantasy VII that's coming out next year. Resident Evil 2 at the beginning of the year was remastered. So many things. These two I did not see come. The Sega and Super Nintendo ports of Aladdin and Lion King. Oh, do you just throw the cub? Yeet! Survive yourself. Are being remade for a Switch platform. That's not the only ones being remade. Apparently coming to console is 2 Jedi games, Star Wars game basically. Jedi Knights, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy are being released to console. Now Lion King and Aladdin are going to Switch only. Which kind of surprises me, but doesn't surprise me since they own the Super Nintendo store.
Yeah.
But the 2 Jedi Star Wars games are coming out for PS4 and Switch. So sorry, Xbox, you don't get these. You got KTOR or KOTR, Knights of the Old Republic. So,
Which it still isn't bad.
no, it's not. I don't like it that much, but it's still classic.
All right, guys. It's about that time.
What?
We're going to go ahead and take a short intermission.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
The studio audience needs a break.
Okay.
And we will be right back. Please stay tuned from a word for our sponsor.
My name is Jacob Sype, and I'm running for president. And to show you that I'm cool, I'm about to rip some fat cotton.
That's better. Okay, back to what we were talking about after that little intermission because audience couldn't hold it anymore. Apparently now this is becoming a big thing to remaster a lot of these old ports. Now, granted, this has been going on for a while now, but I think Disney's trying to cash in with Aladdin and Lion King. These are not big games. They weren't really, I mean, they're big for the Super Nintendo era, but they weren't mentioned a lot later on. You do see them on lists every once in a while that, gamers like and love.
To be honest, I haven't even seen him on that. I've seen John Tron's bootleg list.
Yes. The bootlegs, which were, god awful.
Oh, yeah.
Funny, but god awful.
If you can't beat him, join
Join
him.
them. Oh my god.
Glorious.
Glorious. But I feel like they're just kind of clutching at straws here. They really don't need to release these. I think they're just trying to still piggyback off of the live action adaptations.
Yeah.
Is that all you got for me? No other combat?
Like I said, they weren't a big part of my childhood. I haven't seen.
Oh, so we're dealing with my era. Sorry, old man here.
No, it's not even that. I played Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario Bros., Kirby's Dream Land. Those were the games I played as a kid.
Yeah.
Were they not the ones you played as a kid?
I mean, I played a lot of older stuff, but okay.
We're trying here, man. Seriously.
We can't all drive cars with our feet.
I am not part of the Flintstones.
Just so.
And technically, yes, you can. I'm pretty sure you had one of those little red toter things that you drove with your feet. Oh.
We have one of those?
Quit looking at the live studio audience.
What? It's phoning a friend.
Get on the mic if you're going to talk.
No, we had the electric one.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Oh.
yeah.
Excuse me, we rich people, we got the electric one.
Anyway.
And then we shot it.
Why did you shoot it?
It stopped working, so it was target practice.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, that not working right now. Where did you going to shoot it?
Correct.
All right. Raise hell, praise Dale. Mm-hmm.
Well, did those two movies do good in the box office?
From what I've heard, yes, but apparently people don't really care for the live adaptation of The Lion King that much.
Huh.
I haven't seen any of them. I don't want to.
I haven't either.
I'm sorry.
I'm boycotting Aladdin. Don't want to see it.
Why?
As far as Lion King
Why are you
goes,
boycotting Aladdin?
that is not my genie.
Oh my god,
He's got a point there.
But how?
Don't get me wrong.
Will Smith does a great job.
I know, but that's still not our
That's
Aladdin.
not the point.
Y'all are being just
Difficult.
inconvenient.
No, it would have been less convenient to do it the way I wanted to do it, but they wouldn't do it.
I don't blame them.
I do.
Whatever. We're getting off this. Also, with the Jedi Knights being remastered, coming to a console. Now, I've never played these. I didn't even know these were games. So this is something I didn't know.
Star Wars games that nobody likes is the things I love to play as a kid.
Republic Commando.
Republic Commando. Actually, a lot of people like that one. Even people that aren't Star Wars fans, which I want you to play it with me.
Then bring it over.
Okay, I will.
You have yet to bring it over.
I will bring it over.
Well, see, I had no idea that there were Star Wars games until, if you guys remember.
What? There's been Star Wars games since...
Listen to me.
Okay.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I'm just going to put that
Neither
out
am
there.
I.
Anyway, but, back when EA put out...
Don't you look at me, live studio.
Back when EA put out
Don't you judge
Battlefront
me.
For the PS4, if you remember, they included free old Star Wars game. What was it? It was like Bounty Hunter, Pod Racer, and some other third thing.
I have no idea. I refuse to support Battlefront because it wasn't made by the original people who made Battlefront for the PS2, which was a great game. EA didn't make the other ones. The ones for PS2.
Anyway.
I'm not that old. It didn't have a joystick. Oh, you're talking about you.
Don't worry. I'm loyal to the original Battlefronts. Don't get me wrong. But you got to remember that business is no longer a business. They tanked. They went under.
Good.
Who are we talking about?
The people that own the original Battlefront.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the new ones who basically said microtransactions is good.
No. EA shouldn't have been put in charge of that.
No.
But I really wish they hadn't have tanked. They had so many copyrights on so many good ideas for Battlefront 3.
Oh, you're talking about the original company? Yes.
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 Oh my gosh, that thing looked beautiful. They leaked so many trailers and it looked stunning. But then they fell through, lost all their money.
And
bankruptcy.
LucasArts got bought by Disney.
Right.
And then EA got their hands on it. And then they started with the microtransactions and started that whole giddy up to where literally Disney had to step in and said, no.
Even if they would release a remastered version of the first two games, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Oh, God, me too.
Definitely.
They were so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was so simplistic, but it worked.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
It was awesome.
And it covered the first 6 movies because at that time we didn't have The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of the Skywalker.
Right.
Which I'm so tired of Star Wars movies.
Moving on.
I am. Yeah, we're moving on. Death
Stranding.
Thank you. I always get it wrong.
It's okay.
This is the
I
part
am
where
actually
check out.
pretty excited about honestly any Hideo Kojima games.
Oh yes, I agree.
The man is weird, but
he
but
puts out
genius. Some really good games.
But he announced that his new game will have a very easy mode that is basically targeted for movie fans. So it's going to be played more like a movie. I guess have some interactive scenes to help out.
So basically, if your girlfriend likes watching the movies but is no good at games, this is her mode.
What's wrong with that? I think that's a great idea.
I'm just saying, a game should be a game, and if you want to get into it, play the game.
Well, maybe she likes racing games. No, but I think that's really cool. And actually, if you remember, not to get off topic, but Mass Effect 3, it
had a narrative mode.
Yeah, there was like a narrative or a story mode. So
Don't you dare. You got to talk about your Star Wars stuff. We get to talk about our Mass Effect stuff.
I'm checking out.
Bye.
I will put that Omni Blade on, I swear to God.
And stab you with it. Listen. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you get to judge it. It's an amazing series. But you're right. Number 3 had a narrative mode, which basically didn't have... It still had combat to keep you interested in the game or playing. But it was nowhere near as difficult, and it focused a lot more into the story. It was perfect for what it was.
I think it's a good option. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll probably go back through on a higher difficulty just so I can feel more challenged.
What are you looking at, live studio audience?
What is going on?
Well, kill it!
Where?
I noticed you found the Supra.
No, seriously, where?
We're freaking out over a spider.
Dead?
It's dead. It's freaking dead.
Okay, I don't do.
Sorry,
I don't
me
do
and him are
spiders.
arachnophobic.
That was him packing up his bags and leaving.
Stop it, live studio audience.
We are friendly to animals.
We really well. Technically, he's not an animal.
Speaking of which, what is that?
That's Hank.
Oh.
Hank is crying now.
We're friendly to animals.
Yes, we haven't heard him. I swear to God. He just wants to come in here, and we don't want him to because we're recording. But I agree with you. I like this a lot because it's something, because a lot of people, including somebody in this room, Aaron Legend, has been watching me play a certain game. Now, we haven't picked back up on it because we've been doing other stuff, but you've been watching me play The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, and you've enjoyed it. Don't you act like you haven't. You have. This man is known for watching people play games because he likes to watch them.
He likes to watch.
Don't get me wrong. There are those games that you just enjoy watching, but you have no intention of playing.
Well, no, and that's fine. That's fine. I have no intention of playing any COD game. I will watch somebody play because it's fun to watch them be good at the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
The people who live here, Seth and Riley, they play PUBG. I am horrible at PUBG.
Don't
I'm
worry.
horrible.
We'll put a shout out to whatever their streaming account is.
If they have one.
They
but-
do.
Okay. But they play and they're good at it. I'm not good at it. I only hinder them when I play. So I like to watch them play. So I see what you're saying. I know you're not going to play the Telltale Walking Dead series.
No.
You're not going to play Mass Effect.
No.
You're not going to play this game. But this is a way for you and me to enjoy the experience together.
But Death Stranding, yes, very excited to
Oh,
see
God, yeah.
the Hideo Kojima, Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro triple threat that we wanted to see
Silent
in
Hills.
Hills before it was Nick.
That makes me so mad. Silent Hill, is one of my favorite survival horror games.
Same.
Don't get me wrong, Resident Evil is good. The first 3. Fourth one is amazing, but you could tell that's when they started to go to an adventure.
They started going way more into the combat.
Yeah, action adventure. To me, Silent Hill was that butter to that bread. Oh, that the sirens going off, the radio starting to static anytime you got near an enemy. That game made me afraid to
The
play
walls
at night.
peeling away like flesh.
While you were switching between realities, yes. The first part of that game, in the first one, you have to die to continue the game, and you get killed by the babies. Remember, or the baby demons, or whatever they're called. I don't
It's
remember.
been a long time.
Yeah, but you have to die to them. What?
Just want to shoot the bad guys. I didn't know the walls were going to ooze green slime. No, wait, they always do that.
And I
What's that
can't-
third thing.
And I can't remember which one it was. It was like the interactive. It was like how, the track shooter kind of game style, Silent Hill, where the game actually, depending on what you do and how long you look at something, it actually builds your own psychological profile.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was incredible.
Plus multiple endings, which was kind of unheard of at the time, except for Chrono Trigger, which was Super Nintendo. But you had that with Silent Hill. And I was so happy to see Hideo Kojima working on a Silent Hills game with Norman Reedus.
And Guillermo del Toro.
And, oh man, and then out of nowhere, you get the PT
right?
game demo that comes out, which was amazing.
It was so freaky.
It was, but that's what it should be.
I was not expecting Silent Hill anything until you see Norman Reedus looking back and looking away,
And
and
it says
the camera panning up, and bam, there
Silent
it is.
Hills. But then, like a month later, you read it's been canceled. It's going to something else.
Even the demo got taken out.
But you know how much a demo... Okay, no lie. One of the streamers, YouTube streamers I watch, he still has it on his PS4. His PS4 is now worth like triple the amount because it's still a playable demo.
I bet.
That's awesome.
Mm.
All right. That's all we got for games.
It would be super
No,
funny.
wait.
What?
Is if Silent Hills was the name of a retirement home, and we could play that game. Norman Reedus taking out old people.
This isn't The Walking Dead.
No,
I think it
wait.
would be
Before we switch
hilarious.
over, what I accidentally brought up earlier that I kind of want to talk about, Netflix has announced a live action Witcher show
Right.
starring
I can't pronounce his name. Don't look at me. Henry
the Man of Steel, the guy that
Cavill.
yeah.
Cavill. I
Something like
can't
that.
pronounce your last name. I'm
Yeah.
horrible with names.
The guy that played
I
Superman
don't
in the
know who
movie
you are.
Superman Man of Steel.
Yeah, and in Justice League, he played Clark, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
He's basically been Superman for
pretty
DC.
much. Now,
I
I'm
still don't
really
know
excited.
Who you are.
I'm excited for it, and they have also said the same thing that DC said. This is not going to be tied to anything with the game, but there is a way to get prepared for what they are going to show.
There's so much lore in the games itself.
They could do that
could
with
do
that
whatever
game.
they want.
Yeah, because that game has so much lore.
Now, and I showed you this. What I really like is the hair. The first
Yes.
time that I saw the trailer and the first look, I'm like,
The hair looked too
Ew.
fake. Yeah.
it looked like doll hair or just something was just draped over this man's head. But now it looks more.
I think I almost wouldn't doubt it if he actually grew his hair and dyed it to match. That would be something he could do. And to me, what gets me is it's not that big of a thing because I know the third game, I think, or the second game, you can literally get your hair cut to be
Yeah.
whatever.
And I think in the first and second, his hair actually was longer, especially in the first game.
Yeah, yeah.
But
His default look is with the long
to
hair.
keep it more current,
They're-
I'm glad
yeah.
they went with more of how he looks like in the third
Right.
installment.
Are you checking the camera? Checking the camera.
Still on.
Yeah. All right, now if you're done, we will move on.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. All right, now we're moving on to cars. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is, as y'all know, which has been released already, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
the mid-engine Corvette. It's went around the Nürburgring. It is an abomination, Chevy. How dare you?
It looks gross.
It does look gross. It looks horrible.
It was a nice try. It was a nice try.
I mean, I understand
You
what you're
did try.
doing. I understand what you're doing with, trying to compete with Ferrari and lap times and everything like that. But you were already doing that in the original Stingray that y'all released before. Why change it? I don't understand. But it is now becoming a convertible. It's going to have an option to have a convertible.
Gonna look even worse.
Yes, it is.
No thanks.
Hey, listen. I know you're Stingray. I know you got a convertible top. But I'm not one of you. Yes! Yes! Second letter Kitty River.
He did the thing.
I did the thing. And I don't care.
When am I gonna get my chance?
You could have done it any time today.
I didn't know we were doing.
You're the
that.
one that
It's like
watches
a-
the most of it.
No, it's not. No, he's not.
Have you watched it?
Yes!
Oh, I guess
You don't
not.
even watch it, and you did it.
Well, yeah, but that's the one reference I knew.
You don't know S&P, the choice for me?
Yeah,
Anyway,
but when do I get
anyway.
to
You're
use
messing
that?
up, bud.
I do.
Don't mess
SpongeBob
with my
references.
steak, Derek.
I do SpongeBob references.
Okay, you'll be our SpongeBob guy. Me and him will be Letterkenny.
We all have our strengths. I don't know what he's gonna do.
He's just he's just gonna make us laugh off camera while people in the comment section are gonna be like, "Who is this man? What is he doing?" Man,
Man, you will be a legend, sir.
you know what's gonna be funny? Everything he says is pretty much gonna be edited out because of ambient noise.
Oh God.
So we're just gonna be talking to nobody.
It's on episode 2, y'all start going crazy.
You gotta talk to the mic if you're gonna be a part of this.
We went crazy years ago.
You'll have to
Come up here and talk to the mic.
But you just give me a mic and stick me in the
We'll never get out of this house.
We'll keep you in there.
Eventually, we could get him his own mic, right?
I mean, I guess we can. Of the closet?
We'll just give him a flashlight and a camcorder and see what happens.
Just added his intakes in for no reason. So, live studio audience, how do you feel about this?
I can still hear them through the walls.
I can hear them. I don't like it. This is dumb.
Breaking down the door. Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? You do not know the way. I spit on you. Pfft.
That will never die.
What?
And Hank in the closet.
Yeah, you and Hank in the closet. Hank's gonna be just sitting there going. We're gonna be like, "What are you doing? Stop it!" Okay, that just took a weird turn.
Yeah, let's get back on topic,
back
please.
on topic. But yeah, why Chevy? I really don't understand where you're all going with this. And you even named it the Stingray. This embodies nothing of a Stingray. And not going to be mean. I hope it fails.
The only thing I can give you points on is innovation.
Yes.
I'll give that to you because that's something we've missed a lot lately. Everybody, if they want to do an economic car, they make it front wheel 4-cylinder
Or hybrid,
or a hybrid or
electric.
they stick to their roots and do a super powered rear wheel drive car. Nobody's been.
Are you talking bad about your Mopar in that aspect?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, they're making strides. They're talking about an inline six.
I know. We
But at
talked
the
about
same-
that last episode.
But in the same aspect, I'm very glad that somebody's willing to try something new.
I agree with you. I agree with you 110%, but it shouldn't be the Corvette. It shouldn't. They should have developed a newer car, named it something else, because you have 60 years of pedigree with the Corvette name.
Well, I mean, by that aspect, the Demon isn't even really a Challenger. It was a Duster.
Okay, then.
I say bring the Duster back.
I agree.
More muscle for the streets.
Sir, you know what the Duster was a part of, right? Demon, Dart, Duster. Technically, the Dart's already back.
No, that's not a Dart.
They say it's a Dart.
That's not a Dart.
We're not getting back into this.
That's not a dot.
That's a Dart.
Now we just really Crocodile Dundee.
You never know, okay?
Life is like a
Whatever.
box of chocolates.
We don't have to go that far.
Really?
I'll throw it in there. Why not?
We're all going to have really vague references that don't have anything to do with
Everybody's just
anything.
going to be watching this, if they watch it, and just going to be like, these dudes are weird.
Yeah.
They just remember the weirdest things.
And we're going to be walking into work and everybody's going to be making random references. We have no idea what they're talking about.
We're going to be like, what? Y'all talked about this.
Episode 2. Oh, no, it's still no idea what you're talking about.
Give them the, yeah. No,
be
I know what
be
you're
like
talking
Todd McFarlane working on Mortal Kombat. Like, yeah, you remember this movie? And he's like, no.
No.
We do.
Nope, not at all. Continuing on, Elon Musk is saying he wants.
Elon Musk.
Did
the
I say it?
creator of the real life cat girls.
Did I say
We
his
know you
name
got
wrong?
'em.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
You're
Do,
welcome.
do you want to take over then?
No, I was just correcting you.
Thanks.
No problem.
I didn't ask for it.
You didn't have to.
Stop.
Get some help.
Get some help. Okay. He says that he's going to send his Tesla Model S. Why did that come out like that? Around the Nürburgring. Now, why? This makes no sense to me. The Model S, if y'all don't know, is their SUV or coupe or sedan
It's
model.
a sedan.
Sedan model. And they're going to send it around the Nürburgring. Granted, it does have 580 brake horsepower.
Something like that.
Something like that.
To be fair,
To be fair.
To be fair.
Elon Musk is the kind of guy you would have sitting at this table right now. The man loves his cat girls. He's very active in the meme community, and he loves cars.
I'm
To
not.
be honest, if
listen-
I had his
listen.
money, I would ride my bicycle around the Nürburgring
Well,
just
I mean,
because I
you're,
could.
You're allowed to because they do have open track days where you can bring basically anything around.
518 horsepower, by the way.
518,
Still a lot.
But I feel like the Nürburgring is only for testing sports cars, sports sedans. Now, granted, that's, in my opinion, is not really a sports sedan because of how much technology, and maybe I'm old-fashioned, but it's an electric car. I don't think it belongs there. That's me. I didn't think the BMW i8 belonged there. The new Porsche does not belong to go on that track.
Now that being said, and I showed you this, we actually, or at least I, actually saw a video on YouTube where these YouTubers actually raced. I don't remember the
a
names.
Lamborghini
A Lamborghini Aventador
against it.
against it. Now, the
The guy driving the Model S actually had a bad start off the line,
no, it was the Lamborghini had the bad start.
but he still won.
He still won, but he was pretty close. He was pretty good. The Tesla was really close, had a great start, and
Can I ask a question?
Please talk more in your mic.
Was the Lamborghini green?
yes,
Okay, that wasn't an Aventador. It was a Huracan.
Huracan.
And I know the guy who you're talking about.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can't say his name. He's like one of the top guys.
I don't
for
remember his
automotive.
name either.
Okay, just letting you know.
Well, I don't think we were going to go that far. We were just referencing the video.
But yeah, it was a really nice race, though. I've seen that video.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
don't
I
get me wrong.
give props to what it is, but that car's not designed to race.
No.
Mm.
It's not designed to be that. It's
It's
got
pretty.
what?
Pretty for a sedan.
Okay. Anything that, in my opinion, that goes around the Nürburgring shouldn't be that pretty.
I'm
It
just
should
saying.
be race.
It's pretty. It's a sedan. It's got
Race.
518 horsepower. And a sedan. That's
Ooh.
electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
You are old.
Anyway, you got to admit, there's been some ugly supercars going through the Nürburgring.
True.
Yeah, because everything nowadays has to have a vent here, vent there, got to flow that air through there. Yes, I don't like it. That's the reason why, no lie, bringing this up, because me and you were talking about this earlier. Me and him are literally, like we said in the last episode, trying to beat each other in Need for Speed payback times. This man does it with newer cars. No problem with that. I understand. The car is designed to do this. I'm old-fashioned. I would rather take a 240, a 180,
S15,
something older, and make it into something to beat those times. So if you look at our two garages, it's so funny. Like right now, I'm trying to beat one of his times that he plays with an Aston Martin Vulcan. I'm trying to beat it with like my 240, my RX-7, my 215, 180. Granted, I'm having a harder time, but that's where I love my challenge. It makes me feel more credited that I beat him with older technology.
I think that's where you and me split, where it comes down to I love my classic cars, but I don't race my classic cars.
See, I would race my classic
You
cars.
see, you race your classic cars and you appreciate the newer cars, but you
yes,
don't
I
race
do.
them. You don't race them.
No, because one, how much? Now I know this is video game money. How much was the Aventador? Not the Aventador, the Vulcan. It's like $900,000 in game. I would rather take that $900,000, buy me that car, the 240, which basically you can get for free as a derelict on that game. I love how we went right back to games doing this.
This is actually very interesting to watch these two go at it. It's very aggro competition.
But we don't aggro at each other. Like he was actually encouraging
not at
me.
each other. I mean, when you guys are racing,
I sit on the couch right beside him watching him play, and I was just like, dude, you can make it. Just make this left turn, go this way.
Yeah, he was actually helping me because the runner races are a lot harder because for some reason when you stop in the area you're supposed to stop, it turns your car the opposite way than when it wants you to go afterward. So he was trying to help me out, and that's what me and him do. We're just having fun with the game until Need for Speed Heat comes out. It'll be a whole different story then.
We'll be in our own crew then. We'll be taking on everybody else.
Oh, and then we will be unstoppable.
I will not be a part of this.
Why?
I don't do racing games except Forza Horizon that one time.
And you were talking bad about a girl who likes racing games? You don't even play them.
I wasn't talking bad about it.
Think about all the
I wasn't
Astons.
talking bad about her.
Thinking about all the Astons. Thinking about all the Adidas socks you can customize your character with. No lie. Have you seen the amount of Adidas socks you can customize your character
No
with?
surprise.
Like, it was in the trailer, like, you can get this color Adidas socks.
And
you can get
this
this
color?
color Adidas socks.
Why? All right, moving on from that. Or not really moving on, but going back to the actual subject we were talking about.
Right.
I just see it, and that's where I differ. Nürburgring is made for supercars or older cars to test your performance that you want to do with. I don't see a reason to put that kind of car out there. That's me. I see why he wanted to do it. Why not? Let me see how fast my Model S goes around the Nürburgring. And I don't think it's actually placed a time. He's just thinking about doing it. I would be interested to see where it's placed. I just don't see why. It seems irrelevant to me. I'm not going to buy that type of car for the performance. I'm going to buy that car because I can put it in autopilot. That's me. Okay. We done with that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, on a funny note,
Oh boy.
because Hurricane Dorian is coming through right now through Florida, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not pivoting another way. Nobody got my friend's reference? Okay.
What?
Yeah, I got nothing.
If you got it, didn't you? Oh my God. The show Friends.
Who's friend?
Never mind. Moving on. Since it's coming up through Florida.
Is this like one of the stones you used to carve your homework onto?
I'm about to throw something at you. I swear to God, I'm about to throw something at
We know the show, man.
Yeah.
you. Y'all really?
Yes,
no messing with me?
Never watched it, but we know. Yeah.
From back when. Yes.
Okay. Well, there's an episode where Ross is trying to move furniture over, and he just keeps screaming, pivot, pivot, to Chandler. And they've made that into a meme with all, people are trying to get Dorian to pivot. So it's got Ross's head on the side going, pivot. So I was making a joke. But
So here in North Carolina, we're memeing the hurricane away again.
like we did the last one,
You're right.
it worked. technically.
I mean, if it works, it works.
It works, it works. But this man has went to the extreme. He has literally put his smart car in his house to hide it from Dorian. Now, this man lives in Florida. So it is a Florida man. And there is a video and a post. You can find this anywhere. It was just so funny to see. And I'm actually surprised the wife allowed it, which I don't see why not.
I mean,
Because my wife would have been like, can you fit my Mustang in here too?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
my wife would have been like, you better fit my car in here if you're putting your car in here.
Well, you got to remember, it's a smart car. It's very
Oh, yeah,
small,
it's
very
small.
compact.
It's small. But
I could actually imagine you guys like setting up a little projector and having a drive-in inside of your house. It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
which we'd have to use the Challenger because it's so much. It's comfortable
Yes.
and more roomy.
It's a boat in a house.
It's a land boat. It's a land boat, but a good land boat. I love it. But it's actually funny to see it there.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt.
The video was funny.
Yep.
But my biggest thing is, why are you going to protect your smart car? And you know his reason for doing it? He was afraid it was going to get blown away. Not something fall on it, blown away.
Yeah.
Then maybe you shouldn't buy something that gets destroyed by a squirrel.
But it's so economic.
I'm not going there. I don't like smart cars.
Stonks.
Which, they're not selling them no more.
No, I know.
They've totally failed in our market. So
Exactly.
what does that tell you, smart? Just
I'm sorry.
just out of nowhere, he just pecks the mic.
Don Juan disabled.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are done. We've covered everything. This is, I guess, episode 2 done. I'm actually surprised. The camera is still on.
How did we do that?
I don't know. We rushed through everything. Or maybe,
Guest star next week, Elon Musk.
I wish.
I'm calling him right now. I'm on it.
Just in case y'all can't hear it, live studio audience is going to call Elon Musk and get him on our show, which
You hear
We
that,
will
buddy?
settle for 3 cat girls and no less.
he will
Yes.
settle for 3 cat girls.
I will. Yeah, I will.
And a dragon girl and a bug girl.
And if you need somebody to test out the Model S at the Nürburgring,
Well,
I've got a
I mean,
little
I'm not
time.
going to say no to going to the
I've
Nürburgring.
got a
Why
little
not?
time Friday night. I think I can help you out.
Yeah, we'll gladly go around it in autopilot.
We can start in the Guinness Book of World Records. How many memes can I do on the Nürburgring in one lap?
Because it does have like a meme generator in there or
Yes.
something like that. That's great. All right, guys. With that, that's the end of this episode. And with me, as always, ending out, Don Juan,
Good night.
Aaron Legend.
Gang, gang.
Really?
Wang gang. Yang gang.
Oh, my
There's only one of
Oh, I've got the other one at home.
God. And I'm Mr. Spud, who's very disappointed. Like, comment, and subscribe on...
Subscribe?
Subscribe.
Hit that bell icon really hard.
Yes, hit that bell icon. She will kill me.
We're trying to do an outro here. This is horrible. Okay. Concentrate. So like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all like this, let us know. And I guess we'll see y'all for episode 3.